Hey everyone, welcome back to another edition of Brain Muffin at the Movies. And here we have J.J. Abrams speaking out his butt again. He is on Billy D. Williams and wanting fans to feel satisfied. I tell you what, JJ, if you explain everything that's just in The Force Awakens and act like The Last Jedi never happened and you close it without just saying it's a mystery box for 2.5 hours, you have a very good chance of making us feel satisfied. But the links had better fit together like railroad cars. I mean, we want to hear the clanking of those links. Just don't wave your hands and say Mary Sue has powers because girl power. You are going to have to explain a lot, my friend, a lot. So J.J. Abrams just wrapped production on Star Wars Episode 9, which still doesn't have a title, which means he now officially can be thrown into the Hunger Games of press for the next 10 months. No, he cannot. He has a crap ton of editing to do. They've done reshoots. This movie is supposed to be out very soon. It is now. This article is in February, so it's late February. You're probably going to hear this in early March by the time I get it out. But this is, he's got 10 months max to edit, which means he's going to have to edit. He's going to have to get Kathleen and Disney approval. He's going to have to edit again, hopefully not do reshoots or pickups. There'll be test screenings with audiences. He's going to edit after that. He has got a crap ton of work to do. He has no time for press junkets, which is, I think, why it still does not have a title, which is sad unless they're just hiding it, but there's so much bad blood. Everyone everywhere is going to be coming at him with all they got and knowing, no, we don't care. Knowing Lucasfilm's secrecy, not to mention Abrams' famed mystery box mentality, he's not going to give an inch. Yeah, so we know he's not going to give us anything, so why in the world pester him? Let him finish the movie, which is something he cannot do. He's never done this in his life, so this is going to be the hardest thing for him to do. He has never finished a story ever. He's a good writer. He's a decent director, but this is going to be something. This is going to be wizardry to pull this off and satisfy. Which is to say, get ready for a lot of quotes that manage to tell you nothing. Yeah, this is why just don't let him bother him. Let him do his work, and in December we'll know. So just leave him alone. Speaking of which, the good folks at ET Online snagged a few minutes with Abrams at a recent charity event and took the opportunity to lob a few Episode 9 questions at him. While he declined, of course, without hints. He spoke kind hints about a title. So forget about the movie itself. Emotionally wrapping up, experience wrapping. Yeah, we know that. Shared enthusiasm with the film, the cast. Yeah, blah blah blah. And reiterated that the divided fan reaction didn't have an impact on how he approached the bull crap. No, I think that every movie is its own movie. Not when they're part of a trilogy. They have to link. They are not just three distinct movies. They can change in tone and inflection, but the story has to be contiguous. And we got with The Last Jedi was a non-contiguous story. This is a trilogy, but we brought to that movie all the passion and hard work that we could. And we have brought to what movie? Obviously, this is a trilogy, but we brought to that movie all the passion and hard work that we could have no matter what. I think the story speaks for itself. We will see. The first story was very, very weak. It was a retelling. So he's not going to be able to rest on his laurels and retell The Last Jedi. He retold A New Hope nearly shot per shot. There was a big deal about that they were going back to the original lenses. They were using real film. They weren't just going straight to digital. And, real sets, which, was a load of crock. It was full of CGI, far more CGI in it than in the prequels. A lot of the prequel CGI was done with models and was done with digitizing large sets. Now, these were miniatures because they were like a whole city, but they were very large. There's more practical effects in, I think is it the Attack of the Clones? Now, granted, the clones and all that looked really hokey. But anyway, the filmmaker spoke briefly about directing Billy D. Williams, long-awaited return to the franchise as Lando Calrissian. I met him once before, and he was such a super sweet guy. But I've got to tell you, I have such an unbelievable respect for him. That's good. I hope you don't cuck him out like you did Luke Han Solo, and Harrison wanted Han Solo to die, but he really cucked out Mark Hamill. Let's see, and he claims all this respect, and yet he was very disrespectful to George. Everyone on set, we just said, or around him, he's really an incredible guy. I hope so. I hope they treat Lando with respect. They didn't in Solo. We've already gotten a glimpse of the garbage they're throwing at him. dropped a sentence that's no doubt going to set fan debates going. How does he want people to feel about the end of the trilogy? There's a lot of words that we all hope we feel, and obviously the biggest one is satisfied. If he can wrap up the story in a way that makes sense, I will feel satisfied. I will not like this as much as the originals. I'll have to figure out if I like it better than the prequels, but this is a lot of pressure. He has to do something for now. Okay, well, which I'm not going to watch. He has to do something he's never done before, and that's finish a story. And I don't think he has it in him. I'm not a TLJ basher. In fact, I enjoy large parts, but my biggest takeaway from the whole series is that Kennedy let the ship steer itself. She is the biggest, best, and greatest IP in the world. That's for sure. She greenlit a trilogy of films and let each and Ultra McKay, and then fired. How many directors has she fired? She fired 2. Well, technically one quit on the Rogue One before it ever started. Then she fired Gareth Edwards. Then she fired Trevorrow for episode 9. She fired those 2 guys. I never can remember their names on Solo. So that is so 1 quit. 4 directors fired. So 5 directors who have been either walked away or dismissed from the projects. She brought in someone else to finish Solo. She's using Jar Jar twice. Ryan. So she's 4 directors that she's not fired. So 4 she's fired, 1 walked away, and 4 not fired. So that's really bad odds. Relaunched the series of TV was a fun film, but it wrote this sort of in the corner with the most interesting aspects obscured beyond the edges. Yeah. At their ages would have looked, no, it wouldn't have. It would have been great to see that. And that's probably in the expansion. I don't really care I guess it took Rian Johnson to turn J. James into a sympathetic and potential savior of the Star Wars type figure. Funny how things change in just 2 years. Ruin Johnson, grumpy old hermit, green space, sea cow milk. Yep. Here come we're not incels, you dumbasses. People can have strong opinions of the movie you like, doesn't make them incels, racist, etc. Unfortunately, this guy, I like to bundle all together, like criticizing the movie. No. Which guy? This is actually very concise. I don't know if you meant, is that Coma? That's Coma, not Kami, you dork. Beyond Hope. That's great. Can I do a thumbs up without logging in? Awesome. Going to another desert planet, probably the Death Star yawn. Borgs having intercourse with Ewoks. Oh, that's just gross. Return made Ed Wood. Well, someday someone will make and it will be glorious. I'm thumbs upping that. The comments so far are better than the article. Really hope it doesn't meet expectations at the BO. I really do. At the box office. Yep, me too. Intel run Hollywood. Okay, latest. Yeah, hire an editor. So, anyway, so there we go. What do you think? What would make you satisfied? My thing is here's as much as I didn't like The Force Awakens, it was in total shock and the disarray that was The Last Jedi. I'm fully willing to admit that if JJ can somehow wrap this in a bow, even if I don't like the trilogy. Lucas wrapped up the prequel trilogy fairly well. Even though I didn't like that trilogy either, I didn't like the approach that basically said this isn't for me. I was very hopeful about this trilogy when I realized this isn't for me either. If they just do it in a big SJW bow and the SJWs love it and they come to the movie 1,900 times so that they make money and the toys start selling, hey, that's going to be good. But really, considering the scale and size of what Jar Jar has in front of him and the fact that he has no track record of closing stories, I have zero expectations that he will pull this off. If he does pull it off and it's satisfactory and people like it, and it makes sense, right? It's not just that people like it because it's high art or some such nonsense. If it makes sense contextually in the universe that he created with the first film, and 7, 8, 9 are coherent together, even though they trash on the original 6, the first 6, I should say, in the original 3. I'll say that will be an accomplishment within the universe of Disney Star Wars. But really, I don't think he can pull it off. So what do you think? You think he can pull it off? You think I'm just being pessimistic? Do you think Jar Jar can do something for the first time in his entire life and show us a good film? Or do you think this is going to be like, Looper 2 or something? Not Looper. He didn't make Looper. That's Rian Johnson. That other movie made Cloverfield, whatever the heck it was called. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. We will see you. Yeah, I don't know why this thing keeps going short on me. I don't know. I don't know if it's my Mac. I don't know if it's, this is Kelly's microphone. So I may have to end up buying it from her. And the dog's got to get out. So we got to get this done. All right, let's go. 3, 2, 1.